Hey everybody, it's Mike over at Taxes and Bricks. Well, behind me, you see the Botanicals. We're going to do another complete Botanicals collection video because there's a lot more that I've added since I did the last video. And also, there's going to be a new plant stand. Very excited. Why is there a new plant stand? Well, very simply put, I have too many botanical plants and not enough room. So with the four that just came out, the peace lily, the daisy, the flowering cactus, and the tulip bouquet, plus I've decided to pull in the poinsettia and also the Christmas candle table display as a botanical, even though it's technically not. Yeah, I got no room. And there's more coming in March. So it was just necessary. It was time. So I bought another one. Now, when I show you, I put it together. I'm not going to bore you with the whole flat pack putting together something, whatever. Nobody wants to see me do that. But when I show it to you, it's from the same company that makes these. It's a center unit, not an archy thing like this. And I'm going to tell you where I got it, because that's the predominant question I got on the last Botanicals video, which, by the way, has, at this point, I think early January, like 5,500 views. Mind blown. And also, by the way, I looked, I have almost 500 subscribers as of this morning. That's kind of insane. That's, again, not supposed to be a thing. It's supposed to be a video to, like, show my mom and some of my crazy friends who think I'm crazier than they are. Anyway, but, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you what I'm doing and show you sort of rearranging everything. And then kind of discuss the new sets, and also from there, run through everything. I'm going to try and do what I did last time, which is go by set number. And I'm going to mix up like the wildflower bouquet with the pretty flower bouquet. I can't remember the names of them. I'm going to try and find the pictures so I don't screw that up again. But anyway, let me flip the camera around, and we'll kind of flash back in here and show you what's going on. All right, I'm back. So here we have the new plant stand in the middle. Now, I wrote down all the deets for you. So these are all of them are from Amazon. They're all from the same company because I know, OCD, I wanted them to look all the same. I wanted the wood to be the same. I wanted the metal to be the same. I wanted the overall design to be the same because, duh. Hello, if you see in the channel. But anyway, so basically, the ones on the right and left came as a 2-pack. I got them, I don't know, like a year ago. And they're from a company called Botanicals, Bacekoll. And they're just basically indoor plant stands. It's a 2-pack. They're technically 62 inches, 8 tiers. And the 2-pack is $159.99 as of today on Amazon.com. Botanicals also makes the single center unit that you see there, $89.99. It's a 64.5-inch indoor 9-tier plant stand. I don't know if they have other finishes. I didn't look. I liked these. I liked them to be kind of dark because I wanted a contrast with all of the white shelving and the gray walls, and I wanted them to kind of pop off the wall, which is what I did. Now, the center is empty. Basically, the idea, I think, is I'm going to prioritize the sets that I like the most, the ones that I think are the most impressive in the center. So, for example, this is one of my favorites. I like the orchid, okay? So the orchid will go there, okay? I might do, like, the actual original bonsai tree, which I really like. I might move the gardens up, because if you notice down at the bottom, it doesn't actually have, like, an open square. So when the new cottage garden comes, I might have a little problem with displaying it there. So I might move all the garden sets up, and they might go in different places on the larger shelves. I don't know. I haven't decided quite yet. So yeah, and so anyway, that's the idea here. But I have to put a few things on here. I have to rearrange. Also, 2 of the new sets didn't quite arrive in time. I'm getting them Wednesday. Today's Monday. So I'm going to have to put them together. So I'll probably click off and then flash back in later this week and show you the complete project and the complete product and the final display for everything here. So sit tight. Oh, also, I'm going to hang sunflowers back up it had to come off because it would have just been sitting behind everything. So I don't know if it's going to go here or there. I don't know exactly. I want to put it back over here, just like I want to do the Japanese cherry blossom thing as well, which I ordered. I don't think I'm going to have that done in time for Friday. Actually, no, I'm not going to have it done in time for Friday. I also think I need to move the wreath over, or I need to move the shelves over. I also need to measure to make sure it's centered on the wall. So final product, hopefully a little later this week. But for now, just sit tight and I will flash back in when I have more to tell you. All right, there you have it. My Botanicals collection, the complete Botanicals collection. Before we run through every set number and some information about each, I just want to spend a few minutes and do some admin here with you, some housekeeping, if you will. There are 6 sets, 2 that are branded Botanicals and 4 that are not. Specifically, that you're not going to see here. The first one is set 40460. These are roses. They were 2 long stem roses in a box. I bought a bunch of them. I put them together. I gave them away as a gift, I guess, a bouquet of roses. And they went to my daughter, who summarily, when she was 2 years old, crushed them. Smushed them into pieces. I kept the pieces and I put them back together. I have them at home. They're kind of on display there. I don't have them here, but that's because I have 2 other bouquets of roses, the pink ones and the red ones. So I didn't feel it was necessary to repeat them, but I have them. Maybe I'll add them at some point. 40461 tulips, same thing. This was 3 tulips. I think it was purple, yellow, and white. Gave them as an Easter present or an Easter bouquet to the boss. And they're home on display too. So I don't know. I'm going to have a couple extra boxes in the storage unit. I might bring them here. But again, I've got a giant tulip bouquet, which we'll see here in a second. So you got 40588. This is the flower pot. Flower pot was a promo back in 2023. I missed it and it was bothering me. So I went ahead and searched my promo stash and it wasn't there. I thought it might be. It wasn't. So unfortunately, I went ahead, even though it was a freebie set that I probably should have bought or should have got with something, I went ahead and went on eBay and paid $35 for this stupid thing. I've got it. I just forgot it in the storage unit when I bought it. And so I'll get it and bring it back here and put it together. And then the trellis, which is 40683, also a promo. This was back in 2024. And as the last video, I wasn't sure that I had it. I went through my stash in the storage unit of promos, and I found it. I actually found 2 copies of it. So I have it. I pulled one of them, and I left it on a stack of boxes in the storage unit, and I bailed out of there last time I was there and forgot it. So I'll go grab it at some point when I go back to the storage unit. Now, those were not branded officially Botanicals. The next 2 that I'm going to tell you about are, and it's sets number 501076, and that is the tiny wildflower bouquet, and then set 5010077, the tiny desert garden. Now, these come in a box. They are tiny. It's like 50 to 90 pieces. They're itty bitty. And the reason they're not here is I have them. They're in this kind of collector's box, I guess, if you will. And if you open up the box, there's an actual book inside. Not instructions. I mean, they have those, but an actual book. And I was kind of hesitant to separate them from the book. And I don't have really a place to put a book and the sets here. So they're sitting new in the box. And I don't think they really add or subtract anything from the display here. So I have them. They're still for sale on Amazon for actually less than what Lego says on the website they're for sale for. And that's where I got them months ago. I missed them on Lego.com back in May of 25 when they were released. So I got them on Amazon, actually much cheaper than what Lego was saying that they're supposed to be sold for. And then let's see. That's it for what's missing here that's technically officially botanical. Now, there are several sets here that are not botanicals, but they are here. And I put them here because I think that they fit and I like how they look. So the first ones are the Gardens of the World set. So we're going to start with the Tranquil Garden, okay? And that is set number 10315, and that was August of 23 when it was released. I really, really like this set. And I'm going to tell you my opinion of all of the gardens here. We've got the Fountain Garden, which was January of 2025. That's set number 10359. And then this past January 1st, we have the Autumn Cottage Garden, and that is set number 11372. All right, here's the deal. If you're listening in Billund, Denmark, make more of these. They are amazing. I absolutely love them, especially the one that was just released, this cottage garden here. I'm going to walk over because you can't really see the house, until you get in. This thing rocks. I mean, hello, it's got a garden gnome. I mean, really, what could be better than that? It's just awesome. It's got the little water feature. It's got the plants. It's got the little birdhouse. It's got the sundial. I mean, come on. Really, Lego. 2 of these a year. That's my thought. And then you're guaranteed at least to get 2 sales from me. So, who am I kidding? I'll give you 1,000 sales. But anyway, all right. I love them. Make more of these. 1 in January, 1 in the spring. I think it's great. All right. Next one that's here that's not technically Lego Botanicals is an idea set, and that is the Lovebirds. Okay, and this was, if you don't know what the ideas line is, well, first let me give you the set number 21365. Ideas is basically a program where a fan can submit, an idea, and people vote in the community, and then Lego decides what is possible to build, and then they release it as a set. And this is a 2026 ideas set, and it's from somebody named Modular Maniac. So congrats to them. I bought it. I wasn't sure about it before I bought it. I saw the pictures. I didn't watch any videos of it on early release. I love it. I really do. I built it last night. Absolutely adore it. I think it's fantastic, and I think it fits really well here. All right. Next is the Christmas table decoration. And this is also not technically a botanical set, but it obviously is a plant with a candle. Got this a few years ago. I have a couple of them, and I store them with our Christmas decorations. I just decided to bring it here since I have room now, and I put it next to the poinsettia, yay, which is a botanical set, by the way. So anyway, it'll stay here. I've got a few more of them. We display them around the house at Christmas, which is kind of nice. By the way, it's 30% off at lego.com, so it's $27.99 as of the 8th of January, 7th of January, whatever today's date is, don't know. Anyway, so that might mean it's retiring. So if you're looking for it, go get it. If not, I'm sure it'll be on the secondary market for $8,000. But anyway, so pick one up now. And last is the Moana flower pot. Where is she? There she is. Now, I don't collect the character flower pots. So this is set number 43252. It's sold out on lego.com. I didn't find it on Amazon either. So I think it's kind of gone at this point. You might end up having to go on the secondary market if you want it and get lucky at Walmart or Target or Barnes & Noble or something. I don't know. Now, I don't collect the flower pot, the character flower pot. So there's like one from like Wednesday, which is a Black Dahlia, and there's one from Encanto, and then there's this one coming out for the Nightmare Before Christmas, Sally's flower pot, and I think there might be 1 or 2 others, but I don't collect these. I did this because my daughter and I saw it and loved it, and we put it together with each other. And because she got to keep the roses that she broke, and I eventually gave them back to her, she let me keep this, and she thought it would look nice here. And so when she comes in, she's kind of proud and happy about the fact that she's got a displayed set in the office. So anyway, so those are the 6 sets that are not botanical that are here with my botanical sets. So pause for a second. I'm going to start the next clip here with going through every single one of the actual botanical sets, and we'll go through them in order of release with set number, and might have a few things to say about each. All right, 2021, we saw the release of 5 botanical sets. 2 of them I already mentioned aren't here, the roses and tulips, but the first one released was set number 10280, and that's the flower bouquet. I like the set. I bought the vase. That's not Lego. It's actually a picture that I had lying around. I like the set. I think it was a good start to the collection. I think it showed what was possible in the sort of Lego, detailed flower world. Because prior to that, they just kind of had, flowers, but they didn't really look like realistic flowers like this did. So, set number 10280, the flower bouquet. After that, still in 2021, we have the bonsai tree. I chose to assemble this in pink, but they did have green. I don't know why I did the pink. I just kind of liked it. What I think is really super clever is if you get in nice and close, pretty much has a billion Lego frogs on it. And anything with Lego frogs, take my money. So we've got set number 10281, the bonsai tree. 10289, the birds of paradise. Yeah, this one's real expensive on the secondary market. I was glad to have picked up, believe it or not, 2 copies of it. I assembled one, and I have one kind of sitting around. But yeah, this is a great set, Bird of Paradise. I really I love the built flower pot aspect to it. That was sort of a first. I mean, this one came with a little stand, but this was great. And I like the little studs in here to represent the dirt and, the soil and the building of the little flower things. And it's just fantastic. So 10289 Bird of Paradise. We have 10309, the succulents. It looks nice. Honestly, I hated the build on this. And hate's a strong word. It just wasn't my favorite. And it's kind of fragile. When I move it around, as I have a couple times, the pieces fall off. I don't love that. In fact, I'm pretty sure this was today, and I don't even know where the heck this one's supposed to go, so I'll figure it out. But 10309, the succulents from 2022. One of my favorites also from 2022 is set number 10311, the orchid. And I said in the first video, I love orchids. I can't keep them alive, but I love orchids. They're great. And this is beautiful. Came with the built pot like the Bird of Paradise. And I really just enjoy this set. Also 2022. So set number 10311, the orchid. 40524, these are the sunflowers. They came as a 2-pack. What's annoying for me is the little petals. I can't get them to line up. Every time I do one, I knock another one down. So I've had to learn to live with the spacing being off and them not being lined up. So that would be the sunflowers, 40524. Moving into 2023, we have 10313. This would be the wildflower bouquet. Very nice. Didn't come with a vase, kind of like the original flower bouquet that was released in 2021. So I found this kind of cool vase in my house. I will say what's nice about the Botanicals collection is it forces you to get rid of all of the vases that you get from people who bring you flowers or send you plants. And then I have like shelves full of glass vases and I don't know what to do with them. Well, now I do. And I basically have none left, maybe 2 or 3 in my house. So that's good. So this is set number 10313. The wildflower bouquet. This is 10314. This is the dried flower centerpiece. And as I said in the last video, I've seen people make multiples of these. They take, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and you can actually, in the instructions, kind of string them together and make them like a one giant thing for a tablescape. And as I said in the original video from months ago, I would love to do that, except my kids would turn this thing into sawdust in 5.5 seconds. And if they wouldn't, my cats would. So this is set number 10314, the dried flower bouquet from 2023. This is 40646, also from 2023, the daffodils. I think it came with 4 of them. I bought, I think, 4 or 5 boxes of them because I thought they only came with like 2. And I overbought on this one, so I have extras for, I don't know, later in life. Who knows? So this is set number 40646 from 2023, the daffodils. Right next to the daffodils from 2023 is the lotus flowers, and this is 40647. And also bought too many of these. There's 3. They'll give you a pink one, a white one, and one that's sort of closed. And I overbought on these because, again, I also thought that there were less in there than there were, so wasn't paying attention. So this is set number 40647, the lotus flowers. All right, moving into 2024, we have set number 10328, the bouquet of roses, also now known as the red roses because we have pink from later on, but we'll talk about those in a second. So set 10328, that would be the bouquet of roses. And we have set number 10329, tiny plants. This is 3 out of the, I think, 9 tiny plants. I have another one right there. I have another 4 of them right here. And I think there's one more here. Tiny plants, very cute. This is set number 10329. I will say this was where I think Lego seems to have started trying to appeal to both a younger audience, but also an audience that might be looking for something more economical, who didn't want to spend $60 or $100 on, a plant that just sort of sits there. So these were a little bit less expensive. than say, you know, the bouquet of roses or, you know, the orchid or anything like that. So I appreciate that. I really do. I think Lego should be accessible to everybody because it is enjoyable, and I want more people to experience it. So going in this direction, I think, was a really smart move for Lego with the Botanicals collection. So set number 10329, the Tiny Plants. 10340, the wreath. Now, I recently put this together, and I made the decision to put all of the different colored berries on it. You could pick red or blue or white. I did them all, mainly because I just really don't feel like changing them out based on the season. So I put them all on there. Well, it's my prerogative. It's my wreath. 10340, the wreath. 10368, and this was where I was absolutely convinced after the Tiny Plants that they were looking to appeal to a wider audience. So smaller in nature. It's got the pot, it's got the stand, so it's a complete package, but at a lesser price, smaller scale, and beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And again, you know, it's got the little stand and it's got the pot, and it's great. So Chrysanthemum, 10368. And right after that, we had Plum Blossom, 10369. Again, the same kind of, you know, track that they're taking here with a more accessible, less expensive, but still ornate and decorative looking plant. So 10369, the Plum Blossom. Set number 10370, the Poinsettia. And I think there was a debate as to whether it's poinsettia or poinsettia. And I think I settled on poinsettia, although I don't know. Well, that's what I'm saying today. Poinsettia. I got a couple of these, and again, we used to keep these also with our Christmas decorations, like the candle, like the table display. I brought one in here. I've got a few more as packed away carefully with our table, our Christmas decorations. So set number 10370, the Poinsettia. Set 40725, the Cherry Blossoms. Really like this set. As a longtime resident of the District of Columbia, I lived by the tidal basin for years and years and years, and used to get the thrilling privilege of being able to see the cherry blossoms along with the millions of tourists who'd come as well. So traffic not so great, but it was beautiful nonetheless. So cherry blossoms, 40725, and I think these are a pretty good representation of what cherry blossoms actually look like. Quick commentary here. The daffodils were re-released in 2024 as set 40747. And I'm fairly certain that I did not rebuy them. So there's another daffodil set exactly the same, 40747. And those were released in 2024 as a re-release. These are the originals, though. So if you're keeping track, 2024 saw 9 release sets. I mean, technically 8. It's 9 if you count the re-release of the daffodils. This, however, is the first set of 2025, the Pretty Pink Flower Bouquet, and it's 10342. It's definitely pretty. And definitely pink, and I enjoy looking at it every day. Not sure I know the names of all the flowers, but Pretty Pink Flower Display, or I keep saying display, Bouquet, 10342, starting off the 2025 year. All right, set number 10343. So staying on track with the Chrysanthemum and the Plum Blossom, you have a small version of the big orchid. Only really big difference here would be color. This one has a stand in a pot. This one just has a built pot. And then this one's got little, you know, chunky mulch in it. And this one has nothing, but also size, obviously. But that's because I think, again, with these sets like the Chrysanthemum and the Plum Blossom, I think they're trying to appeal to a wider audience. So yeah, set number 10343, I think I said. And that's the mini orchid. Lucky Bamboo. Lucky Bamboo, 10344. And yeah, same as the Chrysanthemum, the Plum Blossom, the orchid, smaller scale plant. Pretty detailed. It looks like Lucky Bamboo. Little stones in there in the pot, little plant stand. Very nice. So Lucky Bamboo, set number 10344. 10345, the flower arrangement. And if I recall, there was some consternation with, good SAT word, consternation with this set. I believe people had a massive problem with the price, and then a massive problem with the sort of quality of the vase that you built with it, or the stand, or whatever you want to call it. I don't remember exactly. It's okay. Lots of color. I like it. It's not bad. So that would be the flower arrangement, 10345. 10347, the Petite Sunny Bouquet. It is petite. I wouldn't say it's super sunny, but I guess it's sunny. Those are springy flowers. So, yeah. So, I like that one. So, 10347, the Petite Sunny Bouquet. 10348, the Japanese Maple Tree. 10348, Japanese Maple. It's nice. I don't think I've ever seen an orange Japanese maple, although maybe they turn that way. And usually they're like purpley, like maroon, at least around here anyway, the ones that I've seen. But this one's orange. 10348, Japanese Maple Tree. And here we have 10349, the Happy Plants. I don't know if they're trying to do like a Bob Ross Happy Trees thing here, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they just couldn't get the estate of Bob Ross to let them call them Happy Trees. I don't even know if the estate of Bob Ross owns the Happy Tree words, but I don't know. Here you go. Happy Plants. 10349. And we've got 10372, the Hibiscus. I don't know. I think this one might have been a bit of a swing and a miss. It doesn't quite look authentic. It's not cartoony, but it's definitely not what I thought it would be. 10372, the Hibiscus. And then we've got 10373, the mini bonsai trees. They give you 3 of them. You have a small little sort of standard traditional green one. And then there was this yellow one. It was sort of elevated a little bit taller. And then the purple and white and green back here on a larger, taller stand. So that would be the 10373 mini bonsai trees. All right, 10374, the Bouquet of Pink Roses. So also known as pink roses, red roses, similarly attractive cousin, I suppose. 10374, Bouquet of Pink Roses. If I had to name a promo that I have more of than anything else, I'm pretty sure it would be the Field Flowers. Those are 30701. I seem to, throughout 2025, have gotten this with, everything. It's just crazy. I've got, 11 boxes of these at home. But I do like them. I put 2 together and put them in this little, mason jar. So 30701 Field Flowers. This was a promo. I don't know if they're still out there, but I'm sure you can find them on the secondary market or call me. I've got 11 of them. And here you have 40762, the mixed flower pot. This was also a promo. And I got to tell you, if they had sold this, I'd have been like, eh. But as a promo, I like this a lot. I think it was a great, great set as a promo. So would I have paid for it? I mean, yeah, hello. I don't buy anything they make in terms of the Botanicals or many of the other collections, but I wouldn't have been super thrilled about it. But since it was free, woohoo! And it's not bad for a free set. Again, to charge me for it, not so much. But anyway, so 40762 Botanicals mixed flower pot as a promo. 5009408. This is a promo called the Butterfly Garden. I don't know that it's technically... Oh, no, it was Botanicals. It was actually labeled Botanicals. I remember when the box came. But this is a promo. You had to use your rewards points to get it. So that was 5009408, Butterfly Garden. So if you're keeping track, that's 13 sets in 2025. By far, so far, the most prolific year for the Botanicals collection, which I think is definitely becoming super popular. So, yeah. Now, first set of 2026 is 11501, the Tulip Bouquet. I actually just put this together 2 nights ago and really enjoyed the build. It was not as repetitive as I thought it was going to be, but I really, really enjoyed it. They give you enough differences in the colors. And each one is a different sort of phase of opening or what. Anyway, really great set. Highly recommend it. 11501 Tulip Bouquet, just released January 1st, 2026. And I assure you, this was entirely by accident that the last 3 sets are all on the same shelf. So we're just going to run through them real quick. 11504 Peace Lily. Okay. And then we've got the Daisies, which is 11508. And then we've got the Flowering Cactus, which is 11509. All great sets, all 2026. So 2026 starting off good for the Botanicals collection. And there you have it. The complete Botanicals collection as of January, I guess, 7th or 8th. I can't remember what day it is I'm filming this. 2026. More to come from Lego and more money out of my wallet. But in all seriousness, I really like this. I'm not able to really keep actual legit plants alive. I just don't. And so this is kind of like, yeah, all right, I can keep these alive because they're made out of plastic. And I try not to knock them off the shelf. So anyway, but yeah, this is a great theme. I think it's really expanding the appeal of Lego. And I have to say that, you know, I appreciate that. And I like the fact that they're bringing more people into the hobby and more people into, you know, collecting. And, you know, even if people just buy one or two of them every once in a while, I mean, I think this is really great. You don't have to own all 9 billion of them like I do because I'm crazy. So anyway, but this is the complete collection right here. And I gave you obviously a few that aren't here and the reasons why. And I'll add them as time goes on. I think we've got another wave of these maybe in March. I heard there's a magnolia coming, and I heard there's more happy plants coming in the summer maybe. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this complete collection of Lego Botanicals and some that are not Botanicals. Thanks for watching and have a great day.